Hi Scorpio, welcome to your September 2018 tarot reading. So big news this month, Scorpio. Venus is heading into Scorpio on the 9th of September, and she is going to be having a prolonged stay here due to the retrograde influences coming in October. But let's not get there just yet. We have center stage for Scorpios for the next 4 months in terms of love, which is beautiful when Jupiter is there as well. It's going to be very lucky in love and very positive influences. I'm also seeing a lot of 11th house energy with this Virgo new moon, the sun being in Virgo. And I want to say that I think some Scorpios are going to be meeting their new best friend this month. If you're looking for a real ride or die friendship, I think this is the month where you're going to be finding it, particularly with earth signs. Now, I do also think with the full moon in Aries coming up at the end of the month on the 25th, there's a real urge not to be too impulsive. Okay. Ooh, judgment's there too. That's your energy, Scorpio. Happily ever after, possibly with another Scorpio maybe. Or big changes for the better. This is what that looks like. Big changes in your life for the better. Okay. I think it's time to split the deck. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what we've got for you. 8 of Wands. Some of you are traveling. Or news is coming in quickly. I think things are going to start to speed up. There's a momentum here. The Fool, brand new beginnings. What's challenging you is the Queen of Swords. What's positive is the Queen of Swords. What's challenging you is the Page of Pentacles. And the outcome is the King of Swords. Oh my, do you see what I see? Do you see a matching King and Queen? I do. You know what that means? That's a pretty strong couple. Especially because she's in the positive position. Okay, what have we got underneath? The Moon. The Moon. This is interesting. Okay, so Scorpios, I'm seeing air signs. The feature of air signs is quite significant here. Some of you are dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. Now, things are starting to speed up with whoever this is, because I'm sensing, after the retrograde period, this is not typically shown in the cards, but it's astrology. After these retrograde periods, Mars has just gone direct. Your co-ruler, Pluto, your other ruler, deep dark Pluto, is going to be going direct as well in September. And you're going to be feeling a lot more like yourself. You're going to be getting your mojo back. You're going to be feeling a lot more confident. You're going to be feeling a lot more self-assured. And you're just going to be feeling a bit more like a boss. Now, I do see a bit of a work issue here. And the reason I say that is because the Page of Pentacles is in the challenge position. Maybe you're not feeling so fulfilled in your work. I'm wondering. If work is getting in the way of your relationship, though, because the King and Queen, the King and Queen, their swords are there. There's still a defensive mechanism by which both can battle each other. It's kind of like tough love is one way that I'm seeing this. Maybe both of you are being quite practical and there's a lack of emotion coming from each of you. And why would that be, Scorpio? Why would you guys not be showing your feelings? That's not like you. That's me trying to be sarcastic, by the way. I'm not very good at it for a Scorpio myself, but let me see. I'm going to clarify this King. What does this King of Swords represent for Scorpio? Oi. Swords. What does this King of Swords represent for Scorpio? Ooh. Okay. So first and foremost, a lot of you are dealing with an Aquarius. I'm getting that off the bat. A lot of Scorpios seem to be dealing with an Aquarius this month. Could be Sun, Moon, or Rising, so don't get too disillusioned with this. But there seems to be a very special connection here. But you guys are nervous. You guys are nervous around each other. There's a barrier here. You desperately want things to be moving a lot quicker than they are, but you're both overthinking things. Possibly it's to do with work. Maybe your work situations are awkward. Maybe your work hours are awkward. But certainly with the King and the Queen here, the Queen being in the positive, you guys are pretty damn compatible. There's really a strong compatibility here. And I'm sensing with the High Priestess and the Star card that you feel a real spiritual connection to this person, whoever it may be. And the problem seems to be that there is how do I put this? Too much thought and not enough feeling. And the reason there's not enough feeling, Scorpio, because I know you guys. And it's because you don't want to show your hand. Because you don't want to get rejected. You're very afraid of this. You're very afraid of being rejected. You feel like you can't make action on this. You feel like you can't be clear. And it's funny because with the Star card and the High Priestess, I'm sensing a really strong chemistry, a really strong connection, a really strong wish fulfillment with this person. Like, it's like the type of person you've been wishing on a star for a long time for, and then you're getting them. There's an option there, but you're very afraid of it. You know, sometimes Scorpios, when they really, 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 really like somebody, or they really, really, really love somebody, they don't want to hand over their power. And part of the problem is in trying to not hand over that power that they have, they hide the most vulnerable part of them, which is required to make this move. Now, it is moving. Okay, just let me get that out of there. This is moving. There is movement coming up for you guys. But I do feel like it's maybe the, if you are dealing with an air sign, it might be them that has to make a bit more of the effort. Because you seem to be very hard to get out of yourself. There's hope here for something really magical, and it's not dissimilar to Pisces reading because they had the High Priestess and the Star card as well. They also had the Eight of Swords, might I add, but in very different positions. Let me see. I mean, I think Scorpio, you need to be very clear on what it is that you're wishing for. The amazing part of Venus being in your sign, especially for so long, is, as I said, with the Star card, aligning with Jupiter, it's that lucky in love. But the person that you want, FYI, just from looking at this, they're not necessarily going to be perfect. They have their own wars to fight, which is why you're both equipped with the swords. Certainly the Queen she looks a bit more ready to swipe or ready to fight. The King's kind of comfortable on his chair there, but at the same time, I don't know. He's kind of defensive, do you not think so? I mean, he's got his hand, he's guarding himself with his sword in his hand. He's guarded. He likes you, but he's guarded. You're both guarded. You're both coming up as very guarded. It's not a pride thing, though, because it goes deeper than that. It's not pride because there's no strength card. There's nothing in this that's wildly egotistical to me. It's not pride. It's vulnerability. The High Priestess is an incredibly psychic card. It's an incredibly intuitive card. You guys know that you're pulling towards each other. You guys know that there's a fundamental connection. You guys know that you're recognizing a soulmate here. But fear is getting in the way. And it's ironic because if you know so strongly that this person's right for you, where is the fear coming from? Well, it's coming from that little vulnerable spot where you're like, what do I do now? What if I lose this? It's scary because it matters. And maybe for some of you, you are in a relationship where the practical things are getting in the way. Maybe the practicalities of romance are being a little bit of a romance killer. Like, living together, bills. You want to bring back the excitement if you're already coupled. And you can. The star card always can. But why let that stuff getting in the way? He's a page, okay? He's a page in the challenge position. You've got a king as the outcome. The challenges are much less than the outcome here. You want this person. I feel like it could happen. I feel like it's pretty strong. I think there's a very psychic, intuitive thing going on here. It's almost like if you release that fear, you could maybe read each other's minds a bit. But things are going to start moving a bit quicker. And that can only be a good thing, Scorpio. For those of you in careers, I'm seeing a lot to do with the law, police, government policy, a lot of issues where emotions have to take a backseat in terms of career. A lot of careers where emotions take a backseat. That's what I see with the King of Swords. Really, taking the emotion out of what you're doing. Which is interesting because the High Priestess still means following your intuition. You can follow your intuition and be practical about it. But practicalities, for some reason, they seem to be so challenging. This almost reminds me of Mercury being in Virgo. As I say, that little guy seems to be causing a bit of clerical errors, proofread things. Some of you could be dealing with a tricky child, maybe your child starting school. You could be worried about your child that is starting school, Scorpio. I get that with this. It may be the missing that child. Maybe scared for that child. It's something new, it's something strange. But there's a lot of hope here. The thing that I like about the Eight of Swords is it's her own head, these issues. It's like she's imagining things. That's what swords are. It's mentality. It's the way you're seeing things. You have the option to be this spiritual High Priestess or this Eight of Swords. And I think if you're a Scorpio, you would rather be the High Priestess, right? Like that star card as well, that twinkle. There's the person that you like, the person that you're thinking of, there's a twinkle in their eye that you find really irresistible. And that twinkle's for you, by the way. It's not there for everyone. Because you don't get the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords and not see two people that really, really like each other. But neither is incredibly forthcoming. Now, I will say something. I feel like the King is the one... Yeah. The King is the right one for her. These two are right for each other. Even the colors of this, I don't know if you can see, but if I put this here, these colors are all in perfect alignment, aren't they? So I'm sort of seeing like an alignment here. It's like the stars aligned, with the star card? The stars align and they move things along a lot quicker, and you see progress this month, Scorpio, with this person. I feel like there's been a lack of communication. There's been back and forth, and things are aligning for you, and you're scared of it. You're very scared of this person. You're more scared of love than you think, though, Scorpio. When it comes, it's all right in theory, and then when it's put in front of you, you're like, stop that. I don't want to catch the feels. But we'll see where this is going. Let's see. Scorpio, September 2018. Scorpio, September 2018. Freya. Bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. Ooh. You need to make the moves here, Scorpio. Well, you don't have to make all the moves, but you can let things out. You can let things, you can flirt. You can be excited about this person. You can let your guard down a little bit. I'm going to draw one more card for her. Scorpio, September. Ooh. Okay, I wanted one, we got two. Be bold. Ooh. Have boundaries. And the High Priestess again. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching, Scorpio. So again, with this High Priestess is here twice. You need to really align yourself with the spiritual. You need to really trust your intuition on this person, but you need to be bold. If you feel like this person's really, really into you, you know they're into you, but things aren't moving, you can move it along a little bit. Set boundaries, of course. This card says love yourself enough to say no, but also love yourself enough to say yes. You know, if you want something, if you want somebody and neither of you are making much progression, at least let them know, you know, like make things known. I think you guys are both sort of tiptoeing around each other a little bit. That does change with the 8 of Wands, Scorpio. But just make sure that you are giving a little bit back anyway. You know, don't keep it all clocked up inside yourself. Make sure that your emotions are coming out in some shape or form. I think it could be the real changer here. I see a compatibility that's quite hard to ignore. So I hope you enjoyed that, Scorpio. I'll be back with the mid-monthlies. If you want a private reading, the email is listed below. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.